Wake up early every day and think about you. Wake up early and I feel your grace, I feel it all. I found love, this is enough, I won't let go.
The Wisdom and Opinion Show.
Wait, hang on for a second. Something I keep hearing you saying that I have to address. So like you keep saying in the church. And
as far as, are they saved? Are they claiming salvation? Do they go to somebody's church?
Okay.
You can't claim salvation and not go to nobody's church. You shouldn't anyway.
Okay, I think it's important to, because there's a lot of clown people at church. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I live with my girlfriend, but we don't do anything. I got my own room. She got her own room.
Yeah, what does it, so what? You still shouldn't be living with nobody you're not married to.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
Because you don't live with any,
listen,
in a relationship.
In your scenario, the reason I shouldn't do it is because I'm doing ungodly things. I'm not doing ungodly things. Welcome to the Wisdom and Opinion Show, featuring myself, Prophet Josiah, and
your boy 2B back at it again, where we give wisdom from God and opinions
from us. It's as simple as that. Listen, today's been a really long, like you said, it's been a really long day.
Absolutely.
I just got through eating. I don't know if I'm going to leave that part in or cut it out, so you may or may not have seen me eat, but my stomach is full. Today we're both wearing merch that we sell. So you got the God Made Me Do It sweatshirt on. We got the Jesus Saves. Ask him how. You can ask me how too. I know.
Ask me how.
That's what it is. So today's topic, without further ado, today's topic is male and female relationships, or people trying to holler at each other. You know what I mean? So I don't know how old how old people is that's listening to this, but when I came up, social media didn't exist. Okay, social media, the closest thing we had to social media was a chat line. And I got a funny story about this. They had a chat line.
So do I. But go ahead.
So they had a chat line, right? And we said me and my brother and my cousins, we'd get on the chat line when we got bored. It was just something to do. So every time you got on the chat line, they had like this pre-recording, and it would say, "Here's the next lady."
It was.
And so you had to leave a recording, so that when it said, "Here's the next guy," they could hear your recording, and then you could hit 2 or 3 or whatever you're supposed to press, and you could ask them to talk to you, or whatever. And I remember my brother, he was young, but his voice was like really deep. So his message was like, "Yo, this is who I am. And I'm just on here trying to find the most beautifulest, He 14, you know what I mean? He like, yo, I'm like 18 or 19 at the time. My voice at that time is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like not that high, but his voice was deeper than mine. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, like whenever you got a message, it would say, it would say, yo, you got a message. Yeah, you say you have a message. So, right. And like, if you had a message, you wouldn't hear here's the next lady thing, because you have to get through your messages first. Yeah. He has so many messages, it never said, "Here's the next lady." It's just like, you have another message.
Yo, the crazy thing is, go ahead, my bad.
No. that was it.
Yo, the crazy thing is that it's amazing me that they had a chat line or whatever in the state you was at and the state I was at that was the exact same chat line.
Oh, it was? Like, you had to say
it was
one?
The exact
they was getting
same.
paid, bro. They was getting paid.
I mean, they was getting super, but they might
I don't
still
know how
be
they was getting
paid
paid, because I was on it for free. I wasn't paying, so I don't know.
I was on it for free too, so I don't know how they was getting paid, but I know they was getting paid some type of way. Yeah. And again, it's funny though, like we've never discussed this story at all. Like this wasn't in our meeting notes. This was like literally, this wasn't in no conversation.
Yeah.
And I knew exactly where you was going. Like, you have a message from Sexy Apple. You're like, oh, stop, like, you know, you be like, yo, you like, yo,
I
where
didn't
is
even know
Sexy
apples
Apple?
could be sexy. Wow. Okay.
Yo, all kinds of names on there. As a matter of fact, back then, and this is crazy. We're gonna get to our subject to America, but
this is the subject. This is the subject. What are you talking about? We're gonna get to it. We already in it. This is the subject.
Check it. So I had the one name which was Carmel. You know what I mean? That was it.
Wait. That was your name?
That was my name. That was my chat line name. Like it was Carmel.
Okay, I'm calling you Carmel for the rest of the episode. Let's go, please Carmel.
Please don't.
Carmel, did you know Jesus saves?
God made me do it. But we
did not. Not to make you change your name to Carmel. Nice try though. Keep going.
Carmel. So, you know what I mean? I would definitely get on there. And I remember one of my cousins specifically, he was like, he can really, really sing. So he would get on there, and sometimes, like, we would tag team or whatever. So he would go and then he would do the singing or whatever. I would get on there and do the talking, and then he would come through on the back end with the singing.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, y'all heard what it is. Hit us up. You know what I mean? Y'all know what time it is. So
y'all want to see this R&B show?
It would work, yo. It would work. We was killing.
Yeah.
We was killing. So I remember one time, like, I was talking to this girl, and voice was crazy. You know what I mean? Everything, everything was crazy. We was vibing, we was kicking it.
You gotta explain. Crazy means, is that a good thing or a bad thing? You gotta explain.
People
don't know what that means.
That is true. You can, all right. So the voice was crazy in a good way. Like, it was very good voice. And I was like,
attractive.
Man.
She sounded
very attractive. Okay. Definitely sounded very attractive.
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? We was talking for a few days or whatever. Because, on the chat line, you be going, you be doing messages back and forth.
Yep.
And then I think it was something like
address.
Yeah, I think it was just like, yo, I'm saying you have a private request from, you know what I mean?
Yo,
so you can
say that too.
So you can get that, and then then you had that conversation to see if you was gonna actually get the number.
Right.
So that's what happened. I got her number. We was talking offline and all that. So I was like, yo, finally we got to the point we was gonna meet up. I was like, oh, this is it, yo. I already could tell. Right. I get over there. I get to the door. It's dark. I'm kind of like, yo, I don't know why, because you knew I was coming. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. But so then she turns on the light, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yo, what did I do? Not attractive.
Super attractive?
At all.
Super attractive? Or
super unattractive. Super unattractive. It was real bad. She had lied about everything. Bottom line. Lied about everything.
So that's similar to how it is now. People on social media, they lie about everything.
They do lie about everything. Well, they lie about a lie. I mean, and now see, now you got all of this photoshopping and what's this, Instagram, I think it. Well, not, oh Lord, I hope not. That's crazy. But they hold up. What's that thing? Is that Instagram or Snapchat or something where they got these filters that be making people look skinnier and stuff? They're putting freckles on your face.
Yeah. That's all of them.
Yeah.
They all do that.
They put freckles on the face and make them look skinnier and shape their face to make it look better. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's crazy out here, man.
Yo, I had a funny story about the chat line. Just one last story about that.
I
remember. Oh man, I hope I can remember what it is. Shoot, it was. Oh, I know what it was. So, at first we was on there just trying to get chicks or whatever, and then I'm saying after I came to like a closer relationship with the Lord, I was like, I'm about to flip it on here. So I would get on the chat line to like witness to people, right?
Oh.
So, yo, no lie. But you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the same chat line. This was a different one. So, you know what I'm saying? So I would get on there, you know what I mean? And You leave your message, and my message was like, you know what I'm saying? I did the same kind of, yo, what's up? My name is whatever. I'm just on here because I really wanna talk to you about Jesus. and then I would be like, I'm not playing. This is not a joke. Like, this is why I'm really here. Like, I really want to talk to you about the Lord. If that's what you want to talk about, hit me up. If you don't, then, you know, it's whatever. But that's what I'm here
Did people hit you up, though? Did people hit you up?
Yo, watch this. Watch this. A couple people hit me up thinking I was joking. So they was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You sound like you look kind of fly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? And I'm like, yo, what's
Jesus.
really good? Do you know the Lord? Whoop-de-wop. And they're like, oh, you was serious? I thought you was trying to be funny. Like, nah, I'm serious. Do you know the Lord? Click. I don't want to talk to you. But so anyway, this one person came on and I did the same thing. Well, actually, there's like two different stories to this. So one of them is this one chick went along with the thing. She was just like, yo, I'm down to get to know Jesus. Wop. How about you meet up with me? This, and that. And I just was like, I'm not really trying to meet up with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk on the phone. I can tell you what church you need to go to or whatever, but I'm not really trying to meet people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was just like, well, you know what I'm saying? How about if we just met for like a couple seconds or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And then this, and that. So I was just like, I bet. But I said, but like when we meet, like, I'm gonna be the same person. I'm not trying to get with you. Right. So when we meet, we're gonna say hi, how you doing? And I'm gonna tell you to go read some scripture or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, keep it pushing. And she was like, bet, whatever. And so, you know what I'm saying, she came to the crib, she pulled up in her truck, and I was on, you know what I'm saying, and I was like across the street. And I was just like, yo, I'm over here. And she was like, yeah, so what's up? She was like, oh, okay, so you look kind of nice. I said, yeah, you look nice too. So like, did you bring your Bible so I can show you what you need to do? And she was looking like, wow, so you really is serious about this? And I'm like, yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? This is not a game right now. Like, yo, I'm serious. Like, yo, you said this was at the time where I think I was newly saved. So I was just like, yo,
with everybody.
Jesus is so dope. Like, I wanted everybody to just be on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care how fly you was. I mean, you really couldn't tip me at that time because I wasn't. I was focused. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So yeah, that's the first story. So there's another story where I talked to somebody on the chat line, and they got saved over the phone. I'm talking to them, and they like, yo, I'm having a hard time. My grandmother says such and such. I can't believe that, like, you're talking about Jesus on here. And, like, you know what I'm saying? We just had a really good conversation. And I just was like, yo, well, you want to give your life to the Lord right now? She's like, yeah. And I just was like, boom. You know what I mean? So we sent the prayer over the phone. And then I was like, yo, what church you go to? And she was like, oh, I go to such and such a church. And so I was like, yo, I know that church. My man go there. So make sure on Sunday, make sure you go there, talk to so-and-so, because I know so-and-so there. You know what I'm saying? They get you discipled, whoop-de-wop. So anyway, fast forward like 3 to 6 months later, one of my friends, because I used to rap all the time. You know what I mean? So one of my friends was like, yo, do you be on the chat line? And I was like, I used to be on that chat line, like, you know what I'm saying, like mad months ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't like really do that no more. And she was like, yo, she was like, this girl at my church said she got saved on the chat line, and she was talking to somebody named Cece. And Cece is my nickname. And so I was like, really? What's her name? She was like, yeah, her name is whatever. She was like, was that you? I was like, yeah, it was me. And she was just like, yo, that's crazy, because now she's doing this and that in the church and wow. And I was just, you know what I'm saying? I know I mean, this is a little bit off topic, but it's just interesting how, like, you can develop relationships with people over the phone, never seeing them, over the internet, seeing them.
Absolutely.
You know absolutely. And there's really, you know what I'm saying, there's no barriers to, like, meeting people. You know what I mean?
No, and that's true. And the funny thing is, this, like what I said, kind of does go towards the topic of what we're talking about, male and female relationships, because I feel like I may not be the only one who was digging somebody that they had never saw until they saw them. So it's like,
wait. You was digging somebody that you never saw.
Right.
Oh, okay. And then you saw them, then you wasn't digging.
Then I saw them, and then that was out there.
So basically, what you're saying is you're shallow.
If you want to say was shallow, you could say was shallow. But I mean, the chat line was 25 years ago, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
I just threw it out there. You was digging somebody. You was attractive to their you know what I'm saying? Attracted to their conversation, attracted to their mental ability to speak, and you know what I'm saying? Just carry on. Then when you saw them,
Real talk. If this, you know what I mean? I want people to comment on the bottom. Don't leave me out there. If you are 35 and up, let's say, before all of this social media stuff and everything like that, when there was the chat line, if you ever got on the chat line, because obviously there were chat lines in other states.
Absolutely.
I want for somebody or whoever to comment, male or female, if they was ever digging somebody on the chat line that sounded one way, and then they saw them in person,
of course,
and they was just like, snap! Like, what did I do?
Of course, because you're like, yo, I was attracted to your conversation, but I'm not physically attracted to you. Yeah,
exactly. But yo, the thing
I was just joking. That does. I know you're not shallow.
Right.
I'm not serious. But look though, this is what people be saying though. People will say, "Oh, you're shallow because you was attracted to the person who they really are, but like when you saw them, you didn't want to get with them." And it's like, no, like I have a right to be attracted to the person that I want to engage in a relationship with.
Absolutely. I mean, and you should be. You got to live with that person. You have to build with that person. So. Like you can love.
You don't want to be looked.
You gotta see it. Yeah, you gotta see them, and if you're not attracted, then.
So, let's say this. In 2020.
Yes.
In the 2020s, you know what I'm saying? 2020
yes.
forward.
Got you.
In this decade, what do you think is the best way to meet a potential person you want to be in a relationship with?
I mean, for me, you know, I'm always going to say the church. That's who I am. And I mean, that's that. Why? I think because
you think that's true?
I definitely do. I definitely think that's true. Because and hold up, but I think that's true if that's what you're doing. If that's what you're doing, then you should definitely look in the place that you're doing what you're doing. And it's funny we're even having this conversation. Ironic, we're even having this conversation or that question, because I just did a radio interview where that was one of the topics. They had been discussing this topic, like, is it taboo for you to talk to somebody outside of the church if you in the church?
Okay, are you meaning like, okay, when you say church, do you mean like your specific local church that you go to, or do you mean?
No, I mean church in general, like somebody that goes to church, or somebody that believes what you believe.
Okay, but the question was, where is a good place
to
church. Meet new people? And you're talking, but I just asked you the local place, and you said no.
It doesn't have to be your local church. It could be like, you know what I'm saying?
So you're
like
just
us
around to different churches. That's what I mean.
Why I gotta be that? Like, no, like although some people do it, but why I gotta be that? No, like for instance, I was a touring musician, so I would go and you know what I'm saying? I would go places and I would play different places or whatever, and I'm meeting chicks all over the place.
Okay. Check this out. Let me interrupt here. Some people not going to church right now. They watch the church.
That's
on TV.
True.
They don't want to. They saying so like they don't want to really be too close to people because they don't want to catch, you know what I'm saying, don't want to catch none. So with that being the case,
okay,
me personally, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna ask questions to myself. I think the best place to meet people is online.
okay,
Whether you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you at, it's a famous saying, hop in the DMs, shoot your shot, whatever you want to say. And I think with that being the case, you know what I'm saying, yo, I mean, there's a statistic. I don't know what it is, but I think it's around like 20 to 25%. I could be wrong. Y'all Google it and, you know what I'm saying, you excuse me, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's like 20 to 25% of people that are in long-lasting relationships meet online now. Whether it's on an actual dating site or you're just on your regular social media, you see old girl like, oh wow, she's pretty. Let me see what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I think really for like any kind of relationship, like yo, me and you, we're not, you know what I'm saying, we're not like that, but I'm saying like we're friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's
true,
like, yo,
true.
So and we met online.
Right.
I've met a lot of people online that I've never seen in real life, and I talk to them all the time. Like we are real legit friends. You know what I'm saying? I can be like, yo, I pray for you, you pray for me. You know what I'm saying? I need $100, you give me $100. Like it's not like a false friendship. It's actually like a real legitimate friendship. And I think now I mean like this is just the time that we in. Like social media is a thing. People carry their phone. My phone's invisible. But
literally.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But yo, that's how people meet now. And I think
I'm not disagreeing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I was gonna get there, but as usual, you know what I'm saying? You did you. And you just made me like, you know what I mean? Like I was definitely gonna get there. But the first thing I'm gonna say is the church based on, you know, and you know what? My basis could be the same on social media as well. Because obviously you should be looking for somebody, you know what I mean, who's doing the same thing as you. Like, shame on you if you going to church and saying you saved, and especially, you know what I mean, like sanctified or anything like that, and you liking or hopping in somebody's DM because they club picture. Shame on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you know, shame on you. It is what it is. But you know, it goes both ways. I was saying the church because more so my thing is you should try to be with people that's doing what you do, because ultimately when that's not the case, then you're going to run into problems down the line somewhere. Because as I was taught, either if we're not walking the same road, the Bible said, how can two walk together except they be agreed? So if we're not walking down the same path or whatever, then at some point, either I'm pulling you or you're pulling me. There is no in between. And you're gonna meet up into that, like at some point in the road. So it's better to talk to people, I think, that are doing what you do.
Or you hope that they're doing what you do.
Hope that they're, you know, that they're doing what you do, and don't fall in love before, you know what I'm saying, before you find out that that's not the case, because it's a wrap after that.
Now look, this is a really great segue, because like we have to tell people how to sniff out the fakeness. Even before social media existed, you had to be able to see if somebody was fake or if they was real. They was putting on a show just trying to get with you. If
Absolutely.
it was a girl, you want to make sure he's just not trying to get you to go to bed. If you a guy, you just want to make sure that she's really into you and not into, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, whatever chicks be looking for. And so I think it was easier then, because when you talk to people on the phone, you're going to talk to somebody for so long before you start to realize, okay, they're not really interested in me. Now with social media, I think it's very easy to fool someone. Like if I'm looking at your social media page, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I can just basically do the whole research on your whole life. I mean, you know what I'm saying, with today, everybody posts everything they think. So I could go back the last 2 months and study your tweets, your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts. Like, oh, she like pizza, she like cats, her favorite color is whatever. She really digs this kind of music. Her favorite movie is whatever. So now I jump in the DM Guess what? My favorite color is blue. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite movie too. And you know what? I could change all of that right before I DM you. So
Literally.
you go, oh, let me see if he really. Oh, last week he said his favorite color was blue. Because you could backdate posts on certain social media. So you could be like, yeah, my favorite color is blue. Or you could just build up. I'm going to hit her up in 3 weeks. My favorite color is blue. I like pizza. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And so now she comes and looks at your page and he goes to church. He reads the Bible every day. He does this. He does that. We seem like the perfect match. You give him your phone number. Or nowadays, people don't even talk on the phone. All they do is text. But you know what I'm saying? You thinking you found somebody.
We got to get into that. But
for
go
sure.
ahead.
You know what I'm saying? You thinking you found somebody that's a perfect match. And really, they just waiting to get you in the bed because they done figured you out. So you have to be able to sniff that out. How would you, I know it's difficult for us because we already have somebody. So we're not really in that world. But still, I mean, we're both wise men though. How would you sniff out somebody that's fake?
I mean, for me personally,
let's flip it around. It's a chick trying to talk to you. You not married. She sees you on social media. She watched our podcast. Like I said, let's pretend we're not married. She watched the podcast. She's like, oh, he want a godly woman. He want this. He want that. I think he's attractive. So she hops in your DMs. Hey, how you doing, godly man? I just want to let you know. God told me to give this scripture to you, and it's just some scripture about whatever.
Right.
And so you like, she reads the Bible. She watched my podcast. Oh, snap. This might be somebody. How would you find out that she's not?
So for me, like, it's always going to be on actions. It's not, I'm an action person. I'm not with words. Like, I'm really not with words. I think words are only an accompaniment for actions.
Okay.
They're not the biggest thing. So for me, it's always going to be on action. So if you're going to say that, and consistency. So actions and consistency are big things for me, because anybody that's fake they're not going to be able to maintain fakeness forever. Like, they're definitely not going to be able to maintain it. So therefore, whatever you do in the beginning that gets my attention, you're going to have to do that and keep that to maintain my attention. And eventually, if that's not what you mean, then when you feel comfortable enough with me, you're going to start letting down your guard and showing who the true you and the real you is and what your intentions really were. And when I see that, I'm out.
Okay. So I'll make this tougher for you.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's go.
You're right. You can't be fake forever, but I could be fake for 4 months.
Okay.
So how do I stop from wasting 4 months?
Well,
okay. Check this out. I'm gonna flip it back on myself. Okay.
Yeah, do that.
I think a good way to find out if somebody's fake or not is to get them on the phone or to get them on the video chat immediately. Okay. If you're willing to jump in my DM and be like, yo, what's really good? The good thing we have now is you got the video chat. I know people like to text. I know people don't really like making phone calls, and they might not want to do the video chat. But look, we're in a day and age where, yo, I need to see your face. So look, I'm looking at you right now. You on my screen. If you tell me, yo, I like what you just said, but your face don't look right, I'm thinking you lying. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people can't hide a facial expression. Like, if you think something don't smell right, you start turning up your nose. You might run. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's little cues you could get from people. Even, you know what I'm saying? Even as, you know what I'm saying? Like lying. Like, some people like look around when they lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so there's little cues you could pick up just by looking in somebody's face. Like, yo, let's jump on a video chat. That's what's up. You get them on a video chat. I guarantee you, start having some conversations. You will see red flags almost immediately. What's going on in the background? Is it like, are you a clean person? Is your room clean? Is it roaches up the wall? I mean,
is it roaches up the wall? All right.
No, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they got a background, so you can't see all that. But like, you can see a lot by looking in somebody's face watching their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying, there's a camera, but there's still a whole lot to be said about the video. I think that you won't waste 4 months on video. You're gonna find out quickly, like, you know what, something's not right. I think.
Well, I mean, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. From a spiritual standpoint, you're gonna find out faster than 4 months if you keep it spiritual. If you keep it spiritual with somebody and they got other intentions, they're not gonna want to talk about just spiritual things. Like I was just telling one of the young ladies from my church or whatever, she had asked for some advice. And she asked for the advice. She's like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, somebody who, you know, I had talked to and I met him. And, you know, we met in the past or whatever, but they know now that I go to church. And they was like, you know what I mean? They was like, you know, they saw me and was like, yo, I want to talk to you and get to know you. I want to catch up. It's been a minute. Mm-hmm. Now I was just like, for what? Like what they want to catch up with you for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, well, you know, they just said it's been a while. They just wanted to take me out to lunch and catch up. Take you out to lunch to catch up? Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they're
okay.
attracted to you.
Yeah, attracted, exactly. But I said, does this person do what you do? Like are they in the church like you are? Like what's good? Nah, they not in the church at all. Did you invite them?
Okay, wait, hang on for a second. Something I keep hearing you saying that I have to address. So like you keep saying in the church.
As far as, are they saved? Are they claiming salvation? Do they go to somebody's church? Okay. You can't claim salvation and not go to nobody's church. You shouldn't anyway.
Okay, I think it's important to, because there's a lot of clown people at church. You know what I'm saying? So like,
true, but
listen though. So I don't want to give this message like, oh, because you know this for a fact. I know for a fact. It's people that go to church that are not saved. They just go to church for maybe to meet chicks, and that's their only reason for being there. And so we have to be careful about saying, do they go to church? Because maybe I just moved to town. Maybe I've been searching for a church. I haven't found one yet. And so you could be talking to somebody that doesn't go to church because they just haven't figured it out yet, or they don't like where they just was at, or whatever have you, but they solid. They read the word every day. They know who Jesus is. And so like, if that's what you're looking for, we got to be careful about the criteria. The criteria is not necessarily, do you go to church? The criteria is, do you serve the same God I serve? And if you do, how do I know that? And you can tell by the conversation, like you were saying, or you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to jump in because you said it a few times, and I just want to make sure, because people are going to be watching this and they might want to take our advice. You know what I'm saying?
They are. And the thing is, most times what I found in counseling or talking to people is that it's a rarity, if at all, that a person is just moving to town. They haven't found a church yet. That's a rarity, if at all. Usually what it is the person is absolutely not living the lifestyle that they're living, but they are, as you said, attracted. Somebody's attracted to them that shouldn't be, because again, what fellowship have light with darkness? So unequally yoked. There's so many things you can bring up, but the point is, it's somebody who you really shouldn't be looking at, because, like I told this person, the only reason why you want to get to know being the key words, anybody, is to see if there's a potential for a relationship. It's the only reason why you want to get to know somebody. Like,
especially if they're opposite sex, for sure.
Exactly, which that's what we're talking about today, male and female relationships. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I was going with the story. I was telling her that that's the only reason why anybody wants to get to know anybody, is to see if there's potential for a relationship.
Wait. Hang on. We got to be careful with that too. So, just given the criteria that you gave, though, you said it's somebody that she knew from a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They see them again. I don't know what their past relationship was. So,
right.
I know people from high school or whatever. If I saw them and they say, "Yo, let's go get lunch," I'm not thinking they want to get with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Pending what our relationship was before. Like, we used to chill in high school or we used to do whatever. What's up? You know what I'm saying? You married now? Yeah, I'm married now too. Oh, let's just, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always mean they trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we talk about this. Yeah, but we talk about this in the sense of male-female relationships.
I know, but listen, man, we got to listen. I'm very mindful of what I'm saying.
America, if you're watching me, we're talking about this from the sense of single people in male-female relationships.
Okay, but listen, they're both single.
Right.
It still doesn't mean that person's trying to get with them.
Well, just because they were.
I know. I know
that's what I'm talking about. They were.
You missing what I'm saying? Like this is so great. Because look. Maybe you didn't mean it to come across this way, but if I'm watching this, it sounds like you're saying anybody you talk to, they said let's go get up for lunch, and you're both single, they want to get with you, and that might not be the case. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
So I feel like the majority of times a male and a female are single. Majority of times, if a dude says, "I want to get to know you," if the dude says that, because that's what I'm talking about here.
These are the facts.
If the dude says that, opinions from us.
We men. Get it. Go ahead.
But this is almost a fact though.
Speak the truth.
If a single man says, "I want to get to know you," he's trying to figure out if there's potential for a relationship or potential for something else.
Big facts.
Bottom line. That's bottom line.
Big facts.
And that's all I was telling her. And that's all I was telling her was like, yo, from a man's standpoint, like, yo, when he said that, I'm telling you what it is. So if that's not something that you're even thinking about, why go? Like, why go? If that's not something, because all that's going to happen is once you wind up doing that, then it's going to be easier for you to start taking down. If you have a standard up, it's going to be easier for you to start taking down your standard. And I know people, I know women specifically who have like somebody to the point where it's been like, you know, but they don't really, you know what I mean? They're not really saved, or, you know, they don't do the whole church thing or anything like that. I'm for real. But they don't do that, but they grew up in this church though. They grew up, anything. They just try to find a reason to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And so that is more so what I'm talking about. So I feel like in terms of fakeness, if they don't want to do what, if you keep it on like you did, like you said on the chat line, you kept it 100. Like, this is what I want. And that girl tested you out to see if that was really what you wanted.
Right.
And you showed, this is what I really wanted. You know what I mean? And that's that. And I feel like somebody that's real is going to show you, this is what I really want. If you keep going, no, let's talk about Jesus. Let's talk about the Bible. Let's talk about, you know, whatever. And they keep doing that, then they're going to show you, this is what I really want. But if at any point, you know what I mean, they're like, yo, I mean, that's cool and all, but what's good with us though? Like what I'm saying, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to see what's good with us though. Like, why we always got to talk about that? Like, saying, why can't we talk about someone, you know, then you're going to be able to spot that they're fake. So keep doing you, keep it on topic of wherever you're trying to go. And eventually you'll see if they're fake or if they're real.
Absolutely. And I think too, No, I mean, just to piggyback off what you just said, if, you know, I'm a different kind of person. So like,
Yes, you are.
this guy.
Absolutely.
This guy. Okay. So, no, but I think, you know, something that was really important to me and my wife was like, I want somebody that loves the Lord, but I want somebody that does other stuff too. So it's like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
if your whole conversation is Jesus, Jesus, Bible, Bible, Jesus, Jesus, Bible, I mean, it's dope to a certain extent, but like,
Right.
you don't do nothing else. You don't watch movies.
Right.
You don't
Right.
like. To me, that's a red flag too. If the only thing you talk about is spiritual stuff, like you're not a real person. Because who like, you know what I mean? Like you're not real. Like you never have a bad day. Oh,
You're not a real
bless
person.
God, bless God. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I'm blessed.
Right.
All right, cool. But you're always blessed? Like, always? And I get it. Of course, we're always blessed because we serve the Lord. Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying, like, I want to know about you, like, as an individual. It starts to feel like coming to America, like, yo, whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
And then it's like, I want to know what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you actually like? Don't do this weird, like, spiritual Christian song and dance because I'm a Christian man, so you feel like, let me play the, you know what I'm saying, the part of a good help me so he'll pick me. Like, no, tell me about you. What do you like to eat? What was it like when you grew up as a kid? Like, let's have a real conversation. What kind of music did you grow up listening to? Oh, word, me too. Like, yo, but if everything is like, yo, let's talk about this Bible. Great. We did that for like an hour. Let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me in a non-sexual way. You know, like, you know what I mean? Let's just get to know each other. And I think that's important to for people to know too, because I don't think a lot of women see that as a red flag. They're like, oh, if he talks about God all the time, he must be the one. And it's like, that could be a red flag if they never want to, or like if they only talk about Bible, scripture, God all the time. That might be a red flag too, because you're not really getting to know them. They're just regurgitating things.
No, I think in the right way. Hold on. First of all, let me jump in like you jumped in on me and say that there may be some people watching who do talk about God, or they do a lot of talking about Jesus, and that's fine.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely like, I'm not knocking nobody for that. If that's where you at, that could be where you at. Spiritually, that could be where you at. There's, you know, that's just where some people are. And if that is you, that is great. You know what I'm saying? That is great. And I don't want to feel good that that's what you're talking about. That's the best thing you could talk about. But I do understand what you're saying. And I think that all of that comes along with the right relationship. I really do. The Bible says he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So I think when a man is in a position to find a wife, then he's looking. And there should be certain things that he's looking for pertaining to what he's asked God for. You know what I'm saying? Or and his overall likes himself.
Okay, so check this out. Okay, so let's say you found somebody, right? You
Yep.
think they the one, male or female. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You think they the one. Y'all been dating a little bit of time. How long is too long for y'all not to be getting married, in your opinion?
Oh man.
Now this is somebody they passed the test.
Right.
You know they love the Lord. They have great conversation. They got all of that. Y'all been dating for some period of time. I don't want to say a period of time because I'm waiting for us to say what we think. But you know what I'm saying? So like you've been dating for a period of time and you're starting to think to yourself, yo, when is we gonna get married? Like, man or woman. A man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Typically I think people think like, yeah, it's the woman that wants to hurry up and get married, but some men want to be married too. And so it's like, how long is too long before you start thinking like, yo, this is taking a long time?
For me, I think it shouldn't go longer than, I mean, it depends on if you're talking about, you know, spiritual versus non, I guess, but
I'm talking about two people. They love, you know what I'm saying? They both believe the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just say in this instance, they're both Christian. They love the
Right.
Lord. They have figured out this is the one, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
both like, yo, I think this is it. I think this is it.
Right.
How long is too long?
For me personally, I don't think you should go longer than 2 years. I think 2 years is well long enough. I actually had a 1 year rule. Like I figured
to get married
that
within a year.
no, that I would propose within a year.
Okay.
I had that was where I was at that point in my life. That's where I was, because I'm like, anything that I really need to know, I believe that I will know within a year. Like,
So
I believe I will see.
So you don't think somebody could fake for a whole year?
I mean, I think somebody could fake for a year, but I think if you're praying about the situation, which you should be, I think if you're praying about the situation, that, you know what I mean? God, I don't think God would let you get jammed up unless you just overrode the red flags. Like, if there was super red flags out there that
you might not have seen them.
Yeah, nah, I think he's gonna allow you to see him. Like, I really do.
I'm just playing the other side, man. But look,
I always know that. But
okay,
I had a year. So I proposed to my wife. Actually, I asked my wife to go with me on March 9th because it was when Biggie died, and I knew that I would.
What does Biggie got to do with your relationship?
I knew.
Okay, just go ahead. Just continue on.
I knew that I would remember the date because it's when Biggie died. You know what I mean? And so me growing up on the East Coast, being a hip hop fan, like, you know what I mean? I knew when Biggie died. So
was this like an internal thing for yourself? No matter who you met, it's just like, I have to wait till March 9th.
No.
Because then I'll never forget. So, yo, if you met somebody on like June 8th, you like, yo, come March 9th, yo, if they it, that's the day, because I'll never forget.
What happened was when I got to the point where I was just like, yeah, I think I could see myself in a relationship with her. It was like maybe, I think like a few days until March 9th. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I waited until March 9th. Like, until I actually asked her, I waited until March 9th. Then that way I was like, I know I'll remember it because it's when Biggie died. So that was my logic at the time.
Yeah.
Now, so I said by March 9th of the following year, then like I'm either gonna know that I want to continue this relationship or I'm gonna dead it. Like, it was straight like that. That's where I was in life.
Really?
That's where I was in life.
How old were you at this time?
I was 35, 34, 30, hold up, 33, 33, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, or 30, 33, 34, something like that.
Okay, so what if the year came, you knew you still wanted to be with the person, but maybe you didn't feel ready to be married yet. Would you still have moved forward, or you would have cut it off?
I don't know, because for me, I pretty much have a made up mind. When what I say I'm going to do, I generally try to follow that. So for me,
but this is something you said to yourself, right? Like, she didn't know about that, right?
No, I don't think. I mean, she knows now. I don't believe. I'm gonna have to ask her if I told her, but I don't believe I did. I think it was just no, because then I wouldn't have proposed on that day. Like, it wouldn't have been no. So she didn't know.
No, not the date. I'm talking about, did she know after 1 year, if you felt like whatever, you would end it?
I can't remember if I told her that or not. I don't think I told her. I think I just kept it internal to me.
Yeah.
Because that's where
like an internal thing. She'd be like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I just kept it internal to me. Yeah. But that's where I was. I was like, yo, if I don't know by a year, then like, what am I? Because I'm looking. if you have that type of timeline, or if you have any timeline,
for sure,
then now you're looking. So
sure.
you're not.
So you gotta know at least that there's some kind of potential, not like you're still trying to figure it out. I know for me, I would probably say 2 to 3 years, somewhere between 2 and 3 years. No more than 3 years though, because my thing is, before I get married to you, it's certain things I have to see. I gotta see you get mad. I gotta see what you do when you get mad.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see all facets of how you move. You get irritated, you get mad, like, what do you do? Do you throw stuff? Do you want to punch people in the face? Like, what happens? Man or woman, I think they should both do that. If you've never seen your significant other angry and you about to marry them, I think you should wait until they get angry. Because that's something you need to know. It shouldn't be like a surprise, like, wow, this dude gets mad and wants to body slam me in the living room. Like, I can't believe.
Yeah, but why would they hold it for 3? Who holds anger for 3 years though?
No.
Like that.
I'm saying that's something you can hold for 1 year though. You might not see me mad. You might not see me mad in a year.
Nah, you better try to make them mad then.
Yeah, but this is my point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you said 2 years, but then when you gave your scenario, you said 1 year.
Well, yeah, because for me, it was 1 year because of where I was at. And and then not only that, but I knew for me, because I can only speak for me,
right,
the potential for me to sleep with anybody was going to start getting greater the longer I wasn't married to them.
I 100% agree with that. And that's why I said you have to do, me personally, I think you have to do it, between 2 and 3 years, because you're not going to be with somebody for 3 years that you are physically attracted to. They're physically attracted to you. You have great conversation. You're doing all this stuff. Like, your bodies are just like, yo, let's get it popping. Whether you really want to do it or not. I just can't be up and around you like that. And we're not going to get it popping because I have a body, you have a body. We're attracted to each other. We're human beings. Like, that's just how it works. And so you should make up in your mind, you know what I'm saying, to try to do something within 3 years and make sure that you're kind of moving the relationship along. Like, okay, we're dating. I'm learning about you. I've seen you mad. I've seen this. I've seen that. If you're talking to somebody, man or woman, and they're like, I'm saying, you approaching the 2 to 3 year mark, it's been 2.5 years, you start talking about marriage and they like, nah, or that's not, you know what I'm saying? Why are you talking about that? Like, first of all, after 2.5 years, that shouldn't have been the first time you talked about that. It should be kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, you already know I'm looking for a wife, or you already know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm looking for a husband. I'm thinking you might be the person. Where are we going in this relationship? Do you see us going that way or no? And you could do little check-ins every once in a while. I wouldn't check in within the first 6 months.
No.
That's going to scare people off. That's going to scare somebody off. You meet somebody and 4 months in, yo, so what you think about marriage? They're going to be looking like, I don't know you. I'm still... I barely seen you laugh. So like, yo, like,
right.
Don't talk. And so that could scare somebody because they start thinking you desperate and you trying to like force a relationship. And it's like, yo, just let it go and carry on normally. I also think it's important that you be friends with the person that you're
definitely, definitely
like real friends, not like, I think you look good. You think, you know what I'm saying? You think I look good. What's really good? I mean, like, I can talk to you without being attracted to you. Like, I like your conversation. I can pour my heart out, so to speak. Sometimes I can. I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean? But everybody know what a friendship is. You know what I mean? Like, you had a friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so there's always a difference between your friend and somebody you dating. And if you're dating somebody and that same person is not somebody you can confide in, like a friend, that's a problem, I think. Because I mean, that's where you get people that's getting married, and it's like your best friend is some other chick, but your wife is not your best friend. How does that work?
Right.
So now you getting on the phone talking to this other chick, putting in mad hours with this other person. You go over to their crib, and now you got a problem. Like,
that's absolutely true.
Your spouse should be your best friend. That's my sense. That's my
definitely should. Definitely should. I agree with it. But I think also what we're saying is age subjective, because if you 21 or whatever, if you 21, you might not be where I was at 35. So at 21, if you might not know what you need to know after a year, because you're young still. If you're 18, but you think you found somebody you want to get married, and you go a little bit longer, if you're 18 and you go to 21, you know what I'm saying, then I don't think anybody's really looking at you the same way. But I think if you're further down the line and you start going over that 3-year mark, then now, I'm looking at you some type of way, because you done had experience now. You done dealt with, if you're a man, women, if you're a woman, men. So you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what you can tolerate, you know what you can't. Mm-hmm. So so if you in your 40s and we pushing 4 to 5 years, I'm like, yo, you don't.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
I ain't got no time for that.
But you brought up a great thing I didn't even think about. Your age. So I have a philosophy that, like, you should not be getting married until certain things have happened in your life. If you're 18 years old and you trying to get married to somebody, I think that's a bad move. Because I feel like, it's always a bad move, I think. Because there's certain things you don't learn about yourself until you experience things. So it's like, I think you should have lived on your own, in your own apartment or your own place, by yourself, by yourself, for at least 2 years. Absolutely. So you can get to know you. Like, yo, am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you have roommates and stuff, and when you live with your parents still, and your room is dirty, oh, that's because my brother did that. That's because my roommate did that. If you live by yourself, and the dishes are dirty, and the house is stinking, it's because you are dirty and stinking. Like, there's nobody else there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like,
absolutely.
Some people only realize that they're dirty and stinking when they by themselves, because you don't have nobody else to blame. You go to work, you come home, you get to looking around, and you like, it's clothes everywhere, my dishes ain't clean. I'm a dirty dude. Like, and
I'm a dirty dude.
Like, yo, you need to figure that out before you try to get in a relationship with somebody and you don't know that. Some people hop from relationship to relationship and they never be by themselves.
That's true.
And like, I think that's a problem, because you never really get to know yourself.
I mean, personally, I not only is what you're saying facts, but I'm going to add to that. There are people, I was talking, my mother brought me up to say, because she came from a time where the man, took care of the household.
Right.
And that's the time where she came from. Mm-hmm. So that's how she brought me up. So she said, don't ever get married to any woman and you don't know how to take care of yourself.
Facts.
Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. And you can't even take care of yourself. You don't know how to do that, because you're going to run into problems in that marriage. Is what she told me. So,
and that goes for both people nowadays. That goes for both people. If you don't know how to make your own food, wash your own clothes, pay your own rent, another thing, you need to have some bills that you know how to pay. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You need to know, you need to have bills with your name on it that you pay yourself. You need to learn how to live independently. That's the word. See, that's the word. Independence. Independence. You need to learn how to live independently. If you need to, you need to see what it's like to rob Peter to pay Paul, so you can make sure your bills is squared away. You know what I mean? You need to know what all of these things are. And so that's how I was taught. That's how I was raised. Self-sufficiency, that's another good word. Men and women. need to learn how to
Absolutely.
be self-sufficient.
But what you see nowadays is a lot of people who are going from living with their parents into getting married, and they've never been single, as you said, and learned themselves, nor been independent or self-sufficient. And then took that into a marriage, which is work.
Man or woman, that's going to be a big problem.
Man or woman, that's a problem. But that's what you see happening. So I'm just adding that along the lines of what you said, because, that's that. And also, that brings me to another point that I did want to bring up, which is shacking. For those who don't know what shacking is, it's a what? I guess we'll say a church term. It's a church folk term anyway, for people who are living together and are not married. Okay. They're doing everything that married people do, but they themselves are not married.
Okay, now watch me play the other side now.
Okay.
I live with my girlfriend, but we don't do anything. I got my own room. She got her own room.
Yeah, what does it? So what? You still shouldn't be living with nobody you're not married to.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
Because you don't live with any.
Listen,
in a relationship.
In your scenario, the reason I shouldn't do it is because I'm doing ungodly things. I'm not doing ungodly things.
What do you mean? Nobody's gonna continually forever live with someone and not get married to them.
Of course, we're getting married next year. We're getting married next year.
You're doing what now?
We're getting married next year. We just live together now.
What's the point?
The point is, I love
her. What's the point?
She loves me.
No.
We want to be together. We getting married next year. What's the big deal?
Right.
We're not doing anything wrong. She sleeps over there. I sleep over here.
Yeah.
She got a room. I got a room.
There's no point in that.
We roommates.
Nah, there's no point in that, and you know it. I know what you're doing.
I'm playing the other side because
you can play the other side.
I want to see what you're gonna say. Why? How come there's no point? Somebody watching this might. Okay, watch this. Somebody watching this might be in that situation. So I'm saying it kind of jokingly, but I do want to give a real answer to that because
I'm gonna give a real answer. Which the Bible says to shun the very appearance of evil.
Okay.
You have to shun even the appearance of evil. So therefore, if I was to see somebody living with, if I was in, we all are from let's say the same sect, same church, same whatever, and I was to see somebody coming out of their apartment together, and whether it was my business or not, even if it got brought up that, hey, you know what I mean? It got brought up like, yo, we living together and this is this and that or whatever. We're supposed to shun the very appearance of evil. That right there
appears
super evil.
It's super evil.
That should appear super evil. Like you admitting like, oh yeah, we living together, but we're just roommates. She got her room and I got my. Come on now. So, I mean, that's just really, that.
Okay, so I mean, you know how people be, right? So
okay, I do.
So people be like, listen, this is the truth. I have my own room. She has her own room. I mean, I hear you on the appearance of evil. I'm not walking around telling everybody we live together, but you asked me or you saw me come out the crib or whatever. I'm just telling you what it is because I'm not going to lie about it. We plan on getting married next year. This is what we doing. This is what I would say to add to your thing. I think what you said is valid. I'm just going to add to it. I think you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. You're making it easier. You're making it easier to sin. And why would you put yourself in a situation that's easier to sin? You should want to put yourself in a situation that makes it difficult for you to sin, not easy. If the person I'm in love with is sleeping in the other room, and I could just go in a room whenever I want. She's in love with me. She's not. I mean, what if she? I'm saying if we speaking spiritually or whatever, what if she happens to be weak today? She's not spiritually strong today. So I go in her room like, yo, what's really good? Or I just go in her room and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Did you charge my phone, or can I use your charger or whatever? And she's like, yo, come here for a second. And then you start kissing her. Now what? You gonna get up and run in your room?
No, you're not.
You a grown man,
and that's the whole point.
She's a grown
You're not.
woman. So like, it's just dumb because you're putting yourself in a place where you really shouldn't be unnecessarily. It's like nobody's forcing you to live there, and so
no.
I just think it falls under this is not wise. Like, why are you doing this? So if you looking for a reason. This is your situation and you looking for a reason like, well, I don't like his answer. Well, listen to this answer. You got 2 answers today and they're both valid. So just like,
absolutely,
just don't do it. Go live by yourself. You know what I'm saying? At least you can at least leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm going back to my apartment that I pay the rent at. It's getting kind of hot and heavy in here. I don't want to sin. Tell you what, good night. I'm going home.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, so I mean, yo, this went super long. Our show is only supposed to be a max an hour. We definitely went over an hour, but yo, I feel like everything we said was important to say. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely relevant.
Again, it's wisdom from God, opinions from us. Thank you for listening. Please, please, please follow, like, share.
Yes.
Hit the bell. Tell people about this podcast. We are a brand new podcast. We're still trying to work out the kinks, so just bear with us as we get better and better. But I'm telling you, we got more and more good conversations coming. If you got some topics you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments. Send us an email. Let us know. You can hit us up at wisdomopinions@gmail.com. I think that's our email. I just made it, so if it's not or
it'll
it's
be
wrong,
posted.
check
It'll
the
be
description.
Posted.
Check the description below this video. And you'll see what our email address is.
Please hit us up, man. Get at Prophet Josiah. Get at 2B on social media, Instagram, 2B. Prophet Josiah will have his things listed. I have mine listed. Get at us. Let us know because we want to hear from y'all.
That's it. It was great. It was awesome.
Yes.